America is standing at a defining moment in its military and geopolitical identity, and the message delivered by Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth marks a significant shift in United States foreign policy thinking. For decades, leaders believed that the nation had both the responsibility and the capability to reshape the world, promoting democracy, entering foreign conflicts, and attempting to stabilize regions far from American borders. But now, this long-standing idea, often referred to as utopian idealism, is being declared over and replaced by a new strategic framework guided by realism and national self-preservation. This change signals a major transformation in American defense priorities and global posture, and it forces both analysts and allies to reconsider what role the United States intends to play in the future international system. The previous approach was built on the belief that American values could and should be applied globally, that the spread of democracy would create stability and reduce threats, and that the United States military power made intervention not only possible, but justified. However, the outcomes of long engagements in Iraq, Afghanistan, and other conflict zones raised doubts across political, academic, and military communities about the long-term effectiveness of such a policy. Now, as Hegseth presents the new doctrine, the focus has shifted toward reinforcing homeland defense, improving border security, investing in new forms of deterrence, and asking allied nations to take more responsibility for their own protection rather than depending on American strength. This emerging strategy places emphasis on technological superiority, cyber warfare capability, advanced surveillance, autonomous defense systems, and rapid deployment forces, while reducing reliance on large-scale ground occupations in foreign nations. Advocates of this new approach argue that it reflects a realistic understanding of modern threats and represents a mature evolution in U.S. policy. They believe the United States can no longer afford to engage in prolonged foreign missions that lack strategic return or clear, measurable outcomes. Instead, the resources once used to maintain broad global military commitments will be redirected to modernizing defense infrastructure, strengthening regional presence, and reinforcing American power where it matters most for national interest. Critics of this shift, however, warn that a reduction in global engagement may create strategic uncertainty around the world and allow rival powers, including China, Russia, and Iran, to expand their influence. These critics argue that when a superpower steps back, others will step forward, and they fear that stepping back from global leadership could destabilize partnerships, weaken deterrence, and lead to a more unpredictable international environment. Some also worry that the shift toward realism could be interpreted as a withdrawal of moral leadership, leaving conflicts unchecked and vulnerable, populations without support. Academic discussions surrounding this shift often reference historical cycles of great power behavior, noting that rising and declining commitments are common in the trajectory of influential nations throughout history. States that attempt to manage global affairs often reach a point where the costs outweigh the perceived benefits, leading to policy reorientation. Scholars observing this moment suggest that the United States is entering such a phase now, and that this transition will shape international relations for decades to come, while traditional military strategies focused on controlling territory and battlefield dominance. The new approach prioritizes strategic influence, leverage, and deterrence, meaning the goal is not to win long wars, but to prevent them through power projection and technological advantage. This includes increasing investment in AI surveillance, satellite constellations, missile defense, naval modernization, and space-based defense initiatives, as these areas are now seen as the defining space of future conflict. Another important component of this strategic shift is the expectation that allies will contribute more to their own defense, particularly within NATO, the Indo-Pacific region, and other strategic networks.